It's important to mention first that the meeting is still ongoing. So we've had, and this is also important to note that this is a regular meeting. It's held biannually to discuss the situation in the Middle East. But today the meeting was attended by the Secretary General of the UN as well as the Secretary General of the Arab League. It's also being attended at the minister level versus the regular ambassador level. This shows the importance of the issue being discussed. There were strong condemnations by different officials from the member states of the Security Council, in the strongest words condemning the annexation of parts of the West Bank, also calls on Israel to abandon its plans, and warnings that this could lead to instability not just in Palestine and Israel, but also in the region. The Secretary General of the Arab League said it could lead to religious wars, and calling on Israel to take a step back, saying that it's not too late to reconsider what it plans to do. But of course, we don't know without a resolution. There's no resolution today on the table. It's just a meeting to make statements and discuss the issue. We don't know if this will have any effect on Israel and its decision to start with this on July 1st.
No, we don't know what the reaction will be from Israel and what its next step will therefore be. But what's been the sort of the reaction from people maybe at a street level, Hoda?
Well, over here in New York, there's been protests all over the world. In Israel itself, which was mentioned by the special envoy to the Middle East, Nikolai Mladenov. He mentioned today that even in Israel, there were protests. In Palestine, of course, there were protests. Opinion polls are showing that people are against this, of course, in Israel, but he also, of course, in Palestine. But also he mentioned that even in Israel itself, there are opinion polls that show that there isn't a strong backing for this. But let's also speak about here in New York. We have some protests that are planned against this move on July 1st, which is the date you mentioned when this will start, the annexation moves will start.